Would you like to have a reliable down command?
Now, when you go to down a dog, the down command, down is, okay, so there's a difference between the way that I do down and maybe you're gonna do with a puppy. So with a puppy, you know, prior to 4 months old, people will do obedience with the dog and they'll have the dog sit for treats or they'll have the dog down for treats. And that's all very age appropriate, but it's like a trick. It's kind of the same as shake hands.
Right.
Because there's no formal foundation of it. Now let me ask you, does she have a down at home for any reason?
Not typically.
Okay. So a lot of times people will say, my dog already downs. When I talk to them about behavior modification and creating some formal structure, they'll say, well, my dog already has a down. And I'll say, can you down your dog and have company come in the front door? And they're like, oh, they won't stay down for that. So therefore you don't have the kind of down that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the discipline that I'm talking about. Because if you don't have obedience under distraction, you don't have obedience.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And down is foundational to be able to use, so you can down her when people come in your front door. You can down her when you're having dinner. She's in a down out of your space. Anytime you have social settings, it's just control, it's discipline. But one of the most important things is a solid down command with discipline calms the brain. And that's what we want to do. Okay?
Absolutely.
You cannot correct a dog for something they don't understand.
Right.
So typically, by the time the dog is finished and understands the down command, I'm going to tell the dog down, and if they don't down, I'm going to give a leash correction in a direction, you know, the way I want the dog to go. And over time, the dog will learn to down to avoid the correction. And that is a win-win, because dogs do what benefit them.
Right.
It benefits her to down on command to avoid the correction she would get if she doesn't down. But the fact is, she doesn't know what down is, so we have to show her. So I'm going to be all I'm going to be looking for today is a little bit of surrender from the brain.
Okay.
Okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn her pinch collar around a little bit. Now I'm just going to stand on the line and I'm going to tell her down. So I'm going to put it under my foot.
Okay.
And I'm going to let her feel it. And I start to say down, down. And just trust me, because if she protests, I'm just going to deal with it. Down. And all I'm looking for is for the brain to learn to surrender to the tension on the line. Down. Down. And you take this slow. You cannot go too fast. Down. Notice I'm not moving my feet. Down. Pull the line. I slowly pick up my foot and I pull the line. Just like that. There is no good girl. There is no praise at this point. Because if I do that, if I say good girl or I share affection, then she's going to want to get right up. And the command's not over yet.
Right.
She's not allowed to get up until I say break.
Okay.
What's important is when she does lay down, there's absolute no tension anymore.
Okay.
That's the first reward. I'm going to release her with a break command now.
Okay.
That is my command. When I down a dog, the command is not finished until I say break. That's where I share affection. Everything you do with your body while you give a command becomes part of the command. So when I go to say break, I don't move my body. I'll say the word, and then I'm going to invite her up like this. Break. And then I'm going to share calm affection for the great down she just did. There's no excitement here, and there's no good girl and all that. I don't want to create excitement. I'm just showing her this is the expectation, okay? So that was awesome. So I'm going to do it again. I put it under the ball of my foot, and I'm going to stand here for a minute. Notice how calm everything is. Not a lot of movement. Down. I pick up my foot. Down. Again, do not go too fast. Because if I go too fast, I'm just going to make her brain completely protest and jump back, and she might be vocal, but it's too much.
Right.
Go slower than you think you should.
Okay.
Down. Down. I know you want to just like rejoice, but don't. Your goal is that she lays down and stays for an hour.
Okay.
Okay? Not today.
Okay.
We're gonna, when you go home, start downing her and request this for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
And just put on Netflix and you put on my YouTube channel and sit there and watch for like 15, 20 minutes. But as long as there's slack in the line for her, you just stand there.
Okay.
And then maybe 2 or 3 days after that, I'm gonna go from 15 minutes to 30 minutes and I'm gonna be 2 feet away from that. So now I'm 4 feet away from the dog.
Okay.
Because the minute you start to get away from the dog 2 feet in 4 weeks, she's gonna pop right up.
Yeah.
Because this body pressure helps keep her down because there's no tension on the line. She's laying down on her own accord.
Right.
But my body pressure helps that happen. The other thing is if she was to get right up right now, I don't move, she's gonna self-correct and lay right back down.
Right.
I just don't move. Everything is calm. So go ahead and take the line in your hand. And so she is right here. So you're gonna just take the ball of your foot and don't make tension yet, you just stand on it. Now, you're gonna start to say down and take up a little bit of tension.
Down.
Pull up some tension, say down,
Down.
say down.
Down.
Don't move. And then you just stand there.
Yeah.
So when she's in a down, we don't talk to her, pet her, or touch her,
Okay.
because she's working. And over time, as we build time, okay? Now again, and it's okay that she puts her head on you.
Okay.
It's
I was
totally
gonna
fine.
ask.
No, it's totally fine. And then if she goes to get up, she's gonna self-correct, and then you just stay down, and hopefully she'll lay back down. If not, you'll make a little bit of tension.
Okay.
But she's already figuring this out right away.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna look at your walk now. So without moving, you're gonna go ahead and say break.
Okay.
And then you'll take your step off the line, share calm affection without talking, and then I want you to set yourself up for the walk, and I want to look at a lap or two, okay?
Okay.
So right now, without moving, say break, and then
Break.
step off the line. Now pat your legs, say, come on. Now she calm praise. Look at that. Look at that calm mindset, ears back, that soft expression. That is respecting your space. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
One thing I had mentioned, when you step on the leash, it's always with the leg that's closest to the dog.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that. Stretch out your line. Right
Down.
there, beautiful, yep. And
Down.
then start to take tension up.
Down.
There you go, good. She's feeling it now. Wait, say down.
Down.
Give her some room. Beautiful. Now, we're gonna give her a minute. Very nice. We're gonna give her a minute, and then I'm gonna have you in a minute, you'll say down. So here's my invisible dog, okay? You're gonna say down. I'm going to drop that line a little bit so it's just laying on the ground. And so here's my dog. You're just gonna say down, and then I want you to just take this foot and just move it over on the line.
Okay.
I would give this 2 or 3 days before I stepped away.
Okay.
But just say down and move your foot over.
Down.
And then you would stand there. Correct her now.
Down.
Okay, good. Good. Say it again.
Down.
Down. Yep. And just stand there and wait. Say down, let go. I'm not going to have you move away now because you have the idea and we want to be fair to her. One of the things that I want to compliment you on is how calm you are. And the more you keep your body still, the better. Okay? Very, very nice.
I was so excited to see Carly and Daisy come back for another lesson. It was awesome to see Carly get so excited at Daisy's progress. You know, she actually got emotional, and I love sharing those moments with my clients. Today was the first phase for Daisy's down command. We want to make sure that that Daisy learns and her brain gets calm for laying down and staying for an hour before we progress her to what would be leash corrections in the next lesson, which we are going to be sharing with you. But we want to make sure Daisy's foundation is there so we can be fair to the dog and we are setting her up for success. Some main takeaways. When you are doing a down command, it's really, really important that the dog's brain learns to surrender and you take it slow. Humans often want to move so much faster than the dog's brain does. So we want to make sure that we give the dog time for their brain to adjust as we are implementing commands such as this. You always want to make sure also that you disagree with disrespect. We saw Daisy pawing Carly, and that is disrespectful, and you have to disagree with it. Remember, your dog will never be the dog you want him to be until you are the leader that they need you to be. Till the next lesson, we just thank you so much for listening. We hope you gained some value. And again, your dog will never be what you want him to be until you're the leader they need you to be. And we just thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.